What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk a bit about depreciation and how it's really overlooked with new cars. So, as we know, on average, a new car loses 10 to 20% of its value the moment its tires hit a public road. So imagine walking out of a store with $1,000 laptop, and before you even get to your car, a guy offers you $800 for it. You haven't even opened the box, but it's now technically used. So if you buy a 45 grand SUV, you just burned $4,500 to $9,000 in the time it took you to drive home. That's more than the cost of a high-end used car in some cases, and all that lost in 15 minutes. Also, we have the 60% rule, which means on average a new car loses 60% of its value in 5 years. So, a 40k car in 5 years, it's worth 16k now. You essentially paid $24,000 just for the privilege of owning it during its most boring years. Contrast this with a $10,000 old car. Even if it loses 50% of its value, you only lost 5k. You are still $19,000 wealthier simply by driving an older vehicle. Another overlooked factor is that people don't understand that long-term loans, 72 or 84 months, interact with depreciation because the car loses value faster than what you pay off for the principal. So you're still technically underwater, which means you owe more than the car is worth either way. Not to mention, if the car is totaled in year 2, the insurance company pays you market value, which is now 30% lower, but you still owe the bank the full amount. When you buy an old car for cash, you have 100% equity from day one. You are never safe to the market value. There is also a luxury and EV black hole because remember, not all cars depreciate the same. For example, luxury cars like BMW, Mercedes and Jaguar often lose 70% in just 5 years because the second owner is terrified of the repair costs. Also, rapid tech shifts like better batteries every year make 3-year-old EVs look like old iPhones, causing their values to crater even further. A smarter strategy, if you really did want a new EV, is to wait for those cars to hit the 5-year mark. You let the first owner pay for the new car smell and you buy the luxury experience at a 60% discount. This mainly also applies to BMWs and Jaguars and so on. There is also a depreciation floor for old cars, which means essentially if you have a 15-plus-year-old car, it's hit a floor. So a clean 2005 Toyota Corolla is worth $4,000 today, and it will be likely worth $4,000 in 2 years. If you drive a car with zero depreciation, every dollar you earn stays in your pocket.